Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth lecture on partial differentiation. In the last lecture we have discussed about total differentiation. In this lecture we are going to discuss about deductions of total differentiation and implicit function. Let z be a function of two variables x and y, that is z is equal to f of xy. The total differential of z is dz is equal to partial derivative of this f with respect to x into dx plus partial derivative of this function f with respect to y into dy. This definition of total differential of z has been discussed in the last lecture. If this z is equal to fxy, if z is equal to 0, then obviously dz is 0. And the equation 1 becomes 0 is equal to partial derivative of f with respect to x into dx plus partial derivative of f with respect to y into dy. That means this expression can be written as del f by del y into dy is equal to minus of del f by del x into dx. From this expression, we can find out dy by dx. So dy by dx is equal to minus del f by del x divided by del f by del y. So our dy by dx is equal to minus partial derivative of f with respect to x divided by partial derivative of f with respect to y. To find out the second order derivative d square y divided by dx square, let us use following notations. The partial derivative of f with respect to x is denoted as p. Partial derivative of f with respect to y, that means del f by del y, is denoted as q. Second order partial derivative of f with respect to x is denoted as r. And del square f divided by del x del y, that means second order partial derivative of f first with respect to y then with respect to x is denoted as s. Then the second order partial derivative of f with respect to y is denoted as t. From these notations, equation 2 becomes dy by dx is equal to minus p by q, because our p is del f by del x and our q is del f by del y. So our dy by dx is minus p by q. Now again differentiating this dy by dx to find out the second order derivative, d square y divided by dx square is equal to minus q into dp by dx minus p into dq by dx divided by q square. We know that p is a function of x and y, as p is the partial derivative of f with respect to x. This we have seen in our earlier lecture, that partial derivative of a function f with respect to x is also a function of x and y. If f is a function of x and y, and if we find out the partial derivative of f with respect to one of those variables, then the partial derivative is also a function of x and y. So our p is partial derivative of f with respect to x. So p is a function of x and y. So as in the case of total differential, we can find out the total differential of p, and the total differential of p is dp is equal to del p divided by del x into dx plus del p divided by del y into dy. Now if we divide dx on both sides, then we have dp by dx is equal to del p by del x into dx by dx plus del p by del y into dy by dx. This dx by dx becomes 1. So this expression becomes dp by dx is equal to del p by del x plus del p by del y into dy by dx. This del p by del x is the partial derivative of p with respect to x. P is also partial derivative of f with respect to x. Now del p by del x is partial derivative of p with respect to x. Similarly, here we have del p by del x, that means partial derivative of p with respect to y into dy by dx. Now replacing this p by del f by del x, because p is the partial derivative of f with respect to x, we have this. We have just replaced P as del P by del X. So here in the first term, we have the second order partial derivative of f with respect to x. That means del square f divided by del x square. And in the second term, we have the partial derivative of del p by del f by del x with respect to y. That means it is the second order derivative of f with respect to first x, then with respect to y. That is del square f divided by del y del x into dy by dx. As we have denoted the second order partial derivative of f with respect to x as r, del square f divided by del x square can be written as r, and this del square f divided by del y del x was denoted as s, and this dy by dx is minus p by q. So this equals r minus s into p divided by q, which is equal to qr minus ps divided by q. So our dp by dx is qr minus ps divided by q. Let us denote this as equation 5. Similarly, q is also a function of x and y because q is the partial derivative of f with respect to y. As we know that partial derivative of the function with respect to one of those variable is also a function of both the variables. So we can find out the total differential of q, and the total differential of q is dq is equal to del q divided by del x into dx plus del q divided by del y into dy. Now dividing dx on both sides, we have dq divided by dx is equal to del q divided by del x into dx by dx plus del q divided by del y into dy by dx, and dx by dx is equal to 1. So we have dq by dx is equal to del q by del x plus del q by del y into dy by dx. Let us replace this q by del f by del y because we have denoted the partial derivative of f with respect to y as q. So this first term is the second order partial derivative of f with respect to y first, then with respect to x. That means del square f divided by del x del y. And the second term is the second order partial derivative of f with respect to y. That means del square f divided by del y square into dy by dx. Here this del square f divided by del x del y is nothing but our s, plus del square f divided by del y square is our t, and dy by dx is minus p by q. So we have s plus t into minus p by q, which is equal to s minus tp divided by q, which is equal to qs minus tp divided by q. So we have now with us dp by dx and dq by dx. So here we have dq by dx. We have seen in the fourth equation that the second order derivative d square y divided by dx square is equal to minus q into dp by dx minus p into dq by dx divided by q square, and the derivative of p with respect to x dp by dx is this and dq by dx is this. So now replacing the value of dp by dx and dq by dx in equation 4 by equation 5 and 6, we have d square y divided by dx square is equal to minus q into qr minus ps divided by q, which is our dp by dx, minus p into qs minus tp divided by q, which is our dq by dx, divided by q square. Now simplifying this expression, we have minus q square r minus pqs minus pqs plus p square t divided by q cube, which is equal to minus q square r minus 2pqs plus p square t divided by q cube. So we have dy by dx as minus p by q, and the second order derivative d square y by dx square is equal to minus q square r minus 2pqs plus p square t divided by qq. These two formulas we can use to find out dy by dx and d square y by dx square. Let us take an example to find out dy by dx and d square y by dx square. Here we have an example. If x cube plus y cube minus 3axy is equal to 0, then find dy by dx and d square y divided by dx square. Here we have the function f of xy is x cube plus y cube minus 3axy. Since this f of xy is equal to 0, we can use these two formulas dy by dx and d square y divided by dx square. Now our p is equal to the partial derivative of this function f with respect to x. So partial derivative of the function x cube plus y cube minus 3axy with respect to x is 3x square minus 3ay, because whenever we find out partial derivative of a function with respect to x, we treat y as a constant. So the derivative of x cube is 3x square, and since y cube is a constant, the derivative is 0. And here we have 3ay as constant, so derivative of minus 3axy is minus 3ay. Similarly, our cube is partial derivative of f with respect to y. That means del by del y of x cube plus y cube minus 3axy. Since we are differentiating partially this function with respect to y, here x is treated as a constant. So the partial derivative of this function with respect to y is 3y square minus 3ax. Now the r is del square f divided by del x square. That means partial derivative of del f by del x with respect to x. And our del f by del x is 3x square minus 3ay. So here we have to differentiate 3x square minus 3ay partially with respect to x. That's why y is a constant. So we have here 3x square, and this second term is constant. So it becomes, the derivative becomes 0. So we have 6x. Now our s is equal to del square f divided by del x del y. That means partial derivative of del f by del y with respect to x. And our del f by del y is 3y square minus 3ax. So del by this equals del by del x of 3y square minus 3ax. Here we are differentiating partially with respect to x. So y is a constant. So this first term 3y square is constant. So the derivative of minus 3ax is minus 3a. Our t is del square f divided by del y. That means derivative of del f by del y with respect to y. And our del f by del y is 3y square minus 3ax. So partial derivative of 3y square minus 3ax with respect to y is 6y. The second term here is constant because we are partially differentiating with respect to y. So our x is constant, a is constant, and 3 is constant. So second term minus 3ax is constant. So now we have with us p, q, r, s, t. Now we can use those two formulas to find out dy by dx and d square y divided by dx square. Now by the formula we have dy by dx is equal to minus p by q, and we have our p as 3x square minus 3ay, and our q as 3y square minus 3ax. So dy by dx is equal to minus 3x square minus 3ax divided by 3y square minus 3ax. If we take common 3, then we have this, which is equal to ay minus x square divided by y square minus ax. This is our dy by dx. To find out d square y divided by dx square, we have to use this formula, which is minus q square r minus 2pqs plus p square t divided by q raised to the power of 3. So we have this formula of d square y divided by dx square, and our q is 3y square minus 3ax. So we have 3y square minus 3ax whole square into r is 6x minus 2 into p is 3x square minus 3ay into q is 3y square minus 3ax into s is our minus 3a plus p square. Our p is 3x square minus 3ay whole square into t is our 6y divided by q raised to the power of 3, and our q is 3y square minus 3ax. So by taking 3 raised to the power of 3 common, because in the first term we can see that we have 3 square here inside the bracket, and from this 6 we can take 3. So we have 3 raised to the power of 3 in the first term. In the second term we have also 3 raised to the power of 3 common. Here we have 3. In the second bracket we have 3 here, and in the third bracket also we have 3. So 3 raised to the power of 3 can be taken common from the second term also. In the third term, we have 3 square inside the bracket, and from 6 we can take 3. So 3 raised to the power of 3 is taken common here. Similarly, here we have taken common 3 raised to the power of 3. Finally, we have d square y divided by dx square as minus 2x into y square minus ax whole square plus 2a into x square minus ay into y square minus ax plus 2y into x square minus ay whole square divided by y square minus ax cube. So this can be further simplified to find out d square y divided by dx square. Now what is an implicit function? An implicit function of x and y is an equation of the form f of xy is equal to 0, which cannot necessarily be solved for one of the variables in terms of the other variable. That means if we have a function which can be written as an equation in the form of f of xy is equal to 0, which cannot be necessarily solved for one variable. That means we cannot solve it for y in terms of x or x in terms of y. Such type of functions are known as implicit function. For example, here are some examples of implicit functions. In the first case, we have x raised to the power of y is equal to y raised to the power of x. This can be written as x raised to the power of y minus y raised to the power of x is equal to 0. So our function f of xy, x raised to the power of y minus y raised to the power of x is equal to 0. So this is an implicit function. Similarly, in the second case, we have x cube plus y cube is equal to 3ax square, which can be written as x cube plus y cube minus 3ax square is equal to 0. So our f of xy is x cube plus y cube minus 3ax square. And the third case is the function is x raised to the power of y plus y raised to the power of x minus c. So these are some cases of implicit functions, and for these implicit functions, we can find out dy by dx or d square y by dx square by using the formulas what we have seen in this lecture. This is all about in this lecture. In the next lecture, we'll study about Jacobians.